started? All right, so I'm going to kick us off saying a couple words, and then we're going to have some of our top essay winners are going to read, and then we're going to hear some words from Officer Dan and Mr. Van Briesen. Okay? Before we get started, I want to take a moment and give a huge thank you to the school, especially our 5th grade teachers, always being accommodating to me and Officer Dan and our department, opening up your guys' classrooms and allowing us to come year after year and teach this important program to our youth. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do it, so a huge thank you to you guys. And then for all you guys out in the crowd here, I'm really proud of all of you, and I want you guys to remember that DARE does not end today, that it continues long after. So the things we learn about how we treat each other, the decisions we make, the things that are not healthy for us to stay away from, who we go to when we need help and things come up. I want you guys to remember all of those things as we move forward. We got a really fun afternoon planned, and I'm super excited for it. So, Kinley, would you like to start us off? Ready? All right.
Hi, my name is Kinley. I'm a 5th grader at the Worthington Intermediate School. My teacher is Miss Eggers. My DARE officer is Officer Tyler Olson. In my DARE essay, I'm going to talk about drugs and alcohol, bullying, and smoking and vaping. During DARE, I learned about drugs and alcohol. I learned that the effects of drinking alcohol are that you can have loss of coordination, poor judgment, memory loss, loss of self-control, and slow reflexes. Alcohol also weakens the heart muscle and reduces the amount of blood flow pumped into your heart. I also learned about drugs. A drug is a substance other than food that affects the way your mind and body works. Also in DARE, I learned about bullying. Bullying is an aggressive or unwanted behavior used again and again to assault, harm, or control another person. For reporting bullying, you have to know the 5 W's, which are who, what, when, where, and why. Some examples of types of bullying are verbal bullying, physical bullying, and cyberbullying. Verbal bullying means someone is harassing, abusing someone else, and physical bullying is pushing, shoving, kicking, poking, and chipping. The last one is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is when someone uses technology to harass, threaten, embarrass, or target another person. The last thing I learned about is smoking and vaping. I learned that there are more than 200 known harmful chemicals in cigarette smoke. I also learned that there are almost 480 deaths in America from tobacco-related causes each year. Chewing tobacco can cause mouth cancer, tooth loss, and a lot more health problems. Smoking can yellow your teeth, cause bad breath, and dry out your skin and cause wrinkles. Thank you to my parents, teachers, and DARE officers for teaching me never to smoke or vape. I pledge to never smoke or vape, to not bully, and to not drink alcohol.
My name is Gabby Mendoza Pineda, and I'm a 5th grader at Wellington Intermediate School. I am currently in the DARE program, and my instructor is Officer Tyler. I think it is important for all 5th graders to learn about effective communication, resistance strategies, and the decision-making model in the DARE program, because it is important. It prevents people from doing things that they will regret for practically their whole lives. Also, it is so interesting to learn about DARE. First, I will start off by telling you what the types of bullying are and what the 5 W's of reporting bullying. There is an order of the types of bullying that starts and ends. The first type of bullying is verbal bullying. Verbal bullying is when someone is calling someone mean names, teasing, or judging them. Verbal bullying is a type of bullying that usually begins it all. The one that comes after verbal bullying is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is texting, email, and social networks. This bullying is very common these days because a lot of kids just like to make group chats or something like that. To just start making fun of people just because they're bored, which leads me to my third type of bullying. Social bullying comes after cyberbullying because that's when people start saying things to people in person instead of texting, email, or social networks. Social bullying means leaving somebody out and gossiping about them. The last type of bullying is physical bullying. Physical bullying is pushing, shoving, kicking, and fighting. The reason why it's the last one is because after all of that, someone that they are bullying will probably already know. Why? Because of famous gossip. So then they'll either start saying things about that person, then it can lead to physical bullying, or they can report, which is the right thing to do. How, you may ask? By knowing the 5 W's, which are who, what, when, where, and why. Who meaning who was being bullied, what meaning what happened, and what made you think they were bullying. When meaning when did this start happening. Where meaning where did this happen. Why meaning why do you think somebody started bullying someone. Always remember the 5 W's because you never know when you might need them. Even if it isn't you that's being bullied, you are still a bystander, and you should always report. The meaning of bullying is unwanted behavior by someone being used again and again to harm or control another person. Then the meaning of bystander is someone who is a witness of bullying and has the opportunity of helping or reporting. If you are ever a bystander, do the right thing and help or report. Don't be scared to do the right thing. Who knows, you might even make a friend. Next, I will tell you about peer pressure. Peer pressure is when somebody about the same age as someone and they are pressuring you to do something that might be something good / amazing thing, like telling you to do your hardest or your best, or it could be the opposite and be pressuring you to do that you should try drugs, vapes, tobacco, or maybe even alcohol. What should you do if you are offered those bad things? Say no. There is so much bad stuff that people don't even care if it's hurting their lungs, heart, or even their brains that are damaging. Also, if you ever are in that situation, do some of these strategies. First, try to dodge / ignore the question and act like you didn't hear. If they keep on offering, then act like you need to do something at home. Like you need to take care of a pet, or clean your room, or just saying you forgot to do something at home. Finally, if you have a device on you, pretend that you got a text or call from a guardian / parent and say you need to do something. Do you know what the decision-making model is and how to make safe and responsible decisions? Well, if you didn't know, I know what they are. And the decision-making model is a model with 4 steps, which are define, access, respond, and evaluate. Define means describe the problem, challenge, or opportunity. Access means what are your choices. Respond means make a choice, use the fact and information you have gathered. Evaluate means review your decision. Did you make the right choice? If not, what do? Try again and fix it. Now you know. Now I will tell you how to make safe and responsible decisions. You can make safe and responsible choices by thinking who you go out with, what time you go out, and making sure you ask a guardian / parent if you can go out or something. Like if you take the bus and your parent / guardian are expecting you home, don't go to the park or your friend's house or on a walk or something like that. Instead, do the responsible thing. Go home, ask a parent if you can go somewhere so that they will not worry and so you're safe. Also, come home at a responsible time and try to come home with an adult so you're not alone if you are walking. To come to an end, I would just like to remind you, don't bully people. It's not fun, especially if you're the one being bullied. Even if it's just joking, don't do it. Report and remember what the 5 beliefs are. Who, what, when, and where, and why. If you ever see someone, if it's someone or even if it's yourself being bullied, always remember to report. Peer pressure could be good or bad. If you or someone is being pressured to do it, just remember, say no. Always remember to make safe and responsible decisions and safe ones by thinking who you grew up with, what time you grew up with, and making sure you ask. Thank you, Officer Tyler, for your time and dedication and all the amazing things you have taught me. But I have learned in the DARE program to be a better student and citizen.
Hi, my name is Lindsay. I am a 5th grader at the intermediate school in Woodington. I recently completed DARE classes. Officer Dan taught me about making safe and responsible choices, confident communication, and responding to pressure. I will use what I learned in order to make good choices, making safe and responsible choices. In DARE, I learned how to make safe and responsible choices about resisting situations and avoiding drugs. This is important because it helps to keep yourself away from drugs. In the future, I will not let myself be in a situation or drugs or other dangerous substances. Confident communication. In DARE, I also learned about confident communication and to think of your word before you say it. This is important because before you say a word, think about it until you say it, because you could probably say something mean and it can hurt someone's feelings. In the future, I will practice confident communication when I need to say something. Responding to pressure. In DARE, I learned the responding to pressure, and if someone is harming someone else and wanting to harm you next, you could talk to someone in private. This is important because they could harm you or else do something dangerous if you talk in front of that person that's wanting to hurt you. In the future, I will not let anyone else get into this situation until I trusted a thought. Conclusion. Out of all I learned in DARE, that making good decisions is the best thing that I can do even if things get tough for me. DARE is important because it helps kids learn the importance of safety when it comes to their needs in certain situations, and also to keep them away from drugs or other dangerous problems. I promise to keep myself away from any dangerous situations and make responsible and safe choices for my life and health. And as well, I promise to never get myself into any trouble, and I will try my hardest when life gets hard. And thank you, Officer Dan, for teaching us all to do good responsibilities.
Hi, my name is Andrew Carlson. I am a 5th grader at Worthington Intermediate School. My teacher is Mrs. Kunkel. My DARE officer is Officer Dan. In my DARE essay, I am going to talk about bullying, avoiding rounds, and peer pressure. The DARE program taught me about bullying. DARE taught me that bullying does not solve anything. Bullying can also cause people to get hurt or have their feelings hurt. Bullying can make people not feel safe at school. Bullying can make people have sad emotions and has the side effects of not paying attention to schoolwork. As a result of this, it is clear that bullying has many bad effects. During DARE classes, I learned about avoiding violence. Avoiding violence is a good thing because it helps you not to get hurt. Avoiding violence helps you by ignoring people who are trying to get you hurt or have your feelings hurt, like bullies, for example. Bullies are only trying to get a reaction out of you. That is why avoiding violence is a good, so you don't get hurt or have your feelings hurt. Finally, you know that avoiding violence is a good thing because you can avoid getting hurt. In DARE, I learned about peer pressure. Peer pressure is people your age trying to make you do something bad. Peer pressure is bad, so it is good to say no if a person your age is doing peer pressure to you. Peer pressure can make people feel uncomfortable, stressed, and frustrated. because they don't know what to say, yes or no. Overall, you should say no when it comes to peer pressure. In conclusion, I learned about bullying, avoiding violence, and peer pressure. I think DARE is important for kids because it helps them learn about what to do in bad situations. I pledge to avoid bullying and peer pressure. Thank you, Officer Dan, for teaching me to avoid violence, bullying, and peer pressure.
Sometimes making decisions can be really hard, like when a friend offers you something you know you shouldn't do. My name is Annie, and Officer Tyler taught me how to respond to peer pressure. 3 things that are going to help me respond to peer pressure are effective communication, resistance strategies, and the decision-making model. There are many types of bullying. There is cyberbullying, verbal bullying, and social bullying. Instead of responding in a rude way, you can use effective communication. If someone online bullies you about something, a way to respond to them is to nicely tell them to stop and report it. This way is respectful but also confronting. Another way to respond to any type of bullying is to report it to a safe adult. Resistance strategies are ways to resist in a dangerous situation. For example, if someone offers you drugs or alcohol, don't accept it. Think of a way to get out of it. To avoid accepting drugs or alcohol, you can make an excuse, change the subject, or just avoid the situation. In this situation, I would use an excuse. It isn't bad to lie in this situation because you're saving yourself from doing drugs or drinking alcohol. A simple excuse is to say, I have to meet up with my parents for something. You can also say, I'm late for a doctor appointment. These excuses are keeping you safe from taking drugs or alcohol. When you're in a situation, either good or bad, you have to make a decision. And when you're in a situation, it's always good to make the right choice. The steps of this decision-making model are to define the problem, assess your choices, respond and make a choice, and evaluate the decision. For example, you had a choice between doing chores or playing with your friend. First, we have to define the problem. Is this a challenge or opportunity? This is a challenge because you could either disappoint your parents or disappoint your friend. Now you have to assess your choices. We know we could do chores or play with your friend. Now you have to respond with the choice. A choice we could make to make it fair is to do chores then play with your friend. Now you can evaluate your decision. Was this a good decision? It's always good to do this when making a choice. In conclusion, I'd like to thank Officer Tyler. He taught me all about the things I talked about today. But he didn't just teach me resistance strategies and the decision-making model and effective communication. He taught me the 5 W's. He taught me about the effects of drugs and alcohol. He also taught me about the peer pressure and the signs of stress and more. The things that Officer Tyler taught me will make me a better citizen, but will also help me throughout my life. I promise not to take drugs. Promise not to join gangs. I promise not to rape or smoke. I promise to be a better citizen. Promise not to do these things so I can stay safe and healthy. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, very nice speeches, well done. It was very nice listening to your words and all of the things that you learned about during our DARE program this year. Today we gather to celebrate a significant milestone in the lives of our students. Completing the DARE program is no small feat. It represents courage, commitment, and a dedication to making healthy choices. Congratulations to each and every one of you on this important milestone. Each of you have learned an important and valuable lesson and skills about resisting peer pressure, making informed decisions, responsible choices, and understanding the importance of living a drug-free life. These lessons aren't just for today, as Officer Tyler mentioned earlier. They're tools for a lifetime. On behalf of the Worthington Intermediate School, I want to say how proud we are of each and every one of you. You've shown commitment, resilience, and a willingness to learn. Keep these values close to you as you move forward throughout your life. As you move forward, remember the principles you've learned in this program. Dare to make positive choices. Dare to stand up for what's right. And dare to always be the best version of yourself. To our wonderful DARE officers and our educators, thank you for an unwavering dedication and support. You've equipped our students with the tools that they need to lead safe and healthy lives. Thank you for your support and your guidance in helping our students succeed. To our DARE graduates, this is just the beginning. Continue to lead by example, make smart choices, and chase your dreams. The future is yours. I am incredibly proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations once again.
They saved the best for last, that's what I like to say. All right, guys, congratulations. Okay, let's all take one big breath together, right? A lot of coffee out there. All right. Guys, when we started this journey back in September, it was 10 weeks, I told you guys, okay? Those 10 weeks went by so quick, we're already halfway through the school year, okay? We started off by not knowing each other, and some of you guys might not know me still. You guys know Officer Tyler is your guys' DARE officer, okay? But we've been through a lot. We started off with drugs, alcohol, tobacco, and talking about them. We moved into stress, communication. We talked about being a bystander and bullying, okay? We also talked to one of the big important things, okay, later on was our family tree, our help network. Who can we go to when we need help, okay? One of the biggest things that you guys need to look back at is everything in your book. Okay, when you have a problem, okay, we talked about it. It wasn't problems that I deal with as an adult. It was 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade problems. It was things that I was a kid that I dealt with. It's things that you guys are going through or might go through. Okay, so keep those books, keep those DARE essays. Look back and reflect on them in case you guys have something going on, and remember what you guys were taught. Make the smart decision. If we did not make a smart decision, what are we supposed to do? Fix it. Make another decision. Learn from our decision and move on. I always encourage my kids to always think outside the box. Think of every single choice that's out there, even if it's a good choice or a bad choice, so you know which one not to choose and which one to choose. And those things will come natural to you. You guys are 10 years old, almost 11, okay? You guys are becoming adults, young adults. Decisions, okay, are ultimately made by who? You guys, okay? You guys are going to ultimately make the decisions in your life, okay? There are people all around you that are going to guide you and help you with those decisions, okay? I want to encourage you guys to go to them. Ask them questions so they can give you the advice so you can make good, smart decisions while moving forward. But again, congratulations, okay? We're one step closer to what? Arnold's Park, all right? Yes, one step. But that doesn't mean that DARE stops today, like everyone has said, okay? We need to be able to use those tools that we learn, all right? Every single day throughout our entire life, okay? And I look forward to later on when we get to do our sessions, okay? And I hope you guys have a lot of fun, and I'm glad that you guys went through the DARE program, and I'm glad that you guys are all here and ready to learn more, okay? So congratulations, all right? Good job. All right, guys, we're going to have all of you are going to follow your teachers. We're going to go back to classrooms, and then you guys are going to go to your lunch and recess from there. And then when you come back, we have the games and all that stuff set up. So make sure you follow your teachers back to your classroom before you go to lunch.